Billy, the Red Wings are the most recent victim of what I'll just be kind and say referee mistakes. If you
Yeah.
missed it, Jaden Schwartz of the Seattle Kraken threw his stick to break up a clear scoring opportunity against Mata on a great pass from, I believe it was DeBrincat, and not a single official on the ice said a thing. We did learn from Ken Daniels and Mickey after a commercial break that any official on the ice could have made that call, either of the referees, either of the linesmen. And if you're telling me that not a single official had eyes on the core of the play, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that one spot of the ice where the whole play was happening, none of the four officials saw it. That's a problem.
Yeah.
And the only news that we've gotten from it out of any kind of fallout is that Lalone said that he did receive an apology from the refs after the second period. And I'll ask you guys, and if you guys want to jump down in the comments and answer this as well, I'll ask you, Billy, how much does that apology mean to you?
I mean, there's respect for admitting that you're wrong. There's respect for, owning up to it and going up to the person that you screwed out of it, that you did do wrong, and that they wish that they had that one back. But ultimately, like, it doesn't change that it happened. There wasn't any clear makeup call after it. I'm not asking for that. I'm not saying that if you mess up, there has to be that. There's no give and take like that I think should be in the game. But what ultimately matters is that this ref gets better. This team of refs, those linesmen get better, and this doesn't happen to them again. If this can just be that one learning experience, I think that's the best thing moving forward. That's all you can ask for. Basic level of respect for just admitting you did wrong.
As of right now, from the little, there's not a ton of information on what happens with referees. There's only as much as you can Google search and people who claim to have experience or inside knowledge over the years. But it sounds like the only thing that currently happens when a referee makes a mistake, I believe the common phrasing I saw when looking it up was a misinterpretation of the rules mid-game. That's how I think that was the official term for it. Is that they can be fined, and that when they are fined, it just goes to, it goes to a charity of their choice. But it seems like it's all done kind of hidden and behind closed doors. And I wanted to ask you, and again, everybody else, how do you feel about it being kind of private, where after any other game, any other athlete, they hit the podium and they own up to it publicly? Is it the same to apologize to someone behind? Like, we would have never known about the apology. We would have never known that the refs acknowledged that they got the call wrong if Lalone didn't say something. We would still be sitting here today thinking the refs just thought, oh, well, you get some, you find some, you miss some, whatever. Do you believe that it's fine how it is and it's just part of the game and you just got to get past it? Or is there something that should be done to at least improve accountability? Maybe not something that can fix what happened, but something that at least creates a form of accountability for these mistakes.
Yes, I think there needs to be something. I know when I was heated during that moment, during that game, I said, like, interview them like you do the players. I don't actually believe that. I've calmed down a little bit and I got to think about it a little bit, but yeah, it would be nice to know that something of some sort has happened to make that situation not happen again. I don't really have much of a solution because it doesn't feel like there's just a clear answer on what needs to happen, but there needs to be some level of improvement. And you know what? Put that to the guys who make the money at that pay grade to do that, not to guys on YouTube talking about Red Wings.
My personal opinion is that there is a balance between getting the call right and keeping the game flowing and entertaining. The difference is, see, that was a really easy stance to take a few years ago. The difference is now sports betting is pretty prevalent.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people are good. A lot more people are going to be more upset than they were before when calls go the wrong way, especially if they believe it directly influenced the game. And I have been, even before all the sports betting and everything started to take over, I have been in favor of just being able to review more things, but I have no idea where the limit is. I feel like there are some, I don't even know how you would classify, but it feels like there are some that are so obvious like this that nobody, no true human being can look at it and go, that shouldn't result in a penalty shot, or that shouldn't be enforced by whatever the rules should be or whatever the enforcement is supposed to be. And I'm not against having a fifth official or sixth side by side, to watching different angles, who can hit a button the same way they do if they determine, oh, we need to stop the play because the puck went in.
Yep.
A minute or two earlier. How there isn't someone who can hit a button, hit a horn to stop the play and be like, this one we can't let go. So I don't know if there is a class of penalty, whether it be a major penalty or one that would result in a penalty shot or something that would result in a goal, or something. But I'm also understanding and sympathetic to those who don't want there to be constant reviews, because it seems like no matter what technology we have, the review process feels like it takes forever.
Yep.
And so adding more to that does kill the product. This is where we're going to express our rational Red Wing fandom. With or without that call, the Wings should have won that game.
They should have.
You can't play the final 4 minutes shorthanded.
No. We overcame that bad call. We did. We started that third period and we were playing fast. Larkin drew a penalty by just playing hard. Then they got silly with their stick and took a 4-minute on Fisher, and we were right back in the game. And then we had it. We had the game. We said, you know, the bad call doesn't matter anymore. Our power play is here to save us. It did its job. And then Sprong, who had been a little edgy all night, you noticed it across the ice, playing against his old team. He was letting some guys here. He was pushing some guys here and there. He gave a whack that even you asked, hey, is that going to be a penalty? I'm like, well, if it was against Ottawa, you know, last Saturday, yes. But tonight, no. Sprong goes into the boards and hits, I believe it was Cartier, a bit from behind. And the camera angle that we had on Bally Sports, it looked bad. I believe we had like the right up on the glass looking at Cartier, and you just see a red train come through with 88 on it and truck him. I thought it may have been a major because I think they went like right to commercial after that. That can't happen. You can't take that with 4 minutes to go and you're up a goal. Your emotions took the best of you. And then we kill that penalty. And then Dylan Larkin takes a hooking penalty. And I saw a lot of people saying that that's a weak call. Straight up, that's a call. Your stick was parallel with the ice at the gloves, and the blade hit the hands and contorted him a little bit. It's a call. If you were a Kraken fan, you would want that call 10 out of 10 times because that's the rule.
It's important to recognize when you disagree with the rule and whether you disagree with the call.
Yep.
The call does conform to the rule as it's written.
Yep.
If you have a problem with the rule, that's a different conversation I'm open to having.
Yep.
But in this case, that call was exactly what hooking is described as. It's
open shut.
There's not much you can do about it.
Yep. And it sucks that it's from our captain. And speaking about emotions, Dylan Larkin plays with a lot of it, and we love him for it. Sometimes, a lot through his career, I should say at this point, it's gotten a little out of control.
Yep.
I think it's fair to say that Dylan Larkin is not the perfect hockey player. And if you're going to look at something that you can exploit out of him or say is not perfect, it is his emotions. Think about the sucker punch on Joseph. Yeah, they should have called the hit from behind. You also don't sucker punch the guy. You just don't do that. You think about the one with Giroux on Saturday.
Out of the game.
Yeah.
It was the major. And it's important to note, I'm looking over right now, you don't want your captain leading your entire team in penalty minute. Like that's what he's at right now. And you hope that that's something that, I don't want to see he's inexperienced as a captain because he served as a captain previously to the NHL. It's a different ball game, but still, maybe this is something that will get ironed out. I don't see this being a long-term issue with Larkin, but yeah, it's happened enough times that it's worth mentioning. I don't think it's happened enough to necessarily worry. I trust the coaching staff. I trust Yzerman to be able to. We have the captain.
Yep.
I feel pretty confident that Dylan Larkin's gonna come around with that, and he's gonna get that composure a little more under control. Thankfully, he's not a guy that's always trying to fight.
Yes.
You know, if you had like a Brady Tkachuk, you'd be pretty upset to see Larkin constantly taken out for 5 minutes, like Tkachuk was against us twice.
Yeah, Larkin, one hell of a hockey player. A little too emotional sometimes, and we'd like to just see that reeled in and handled a little better. He's too important to this team to not be on the ice.
So let us know what you think. Jump down to the comments and let us know what you think about the refs and what you think they could do to be better about accountability.
And if you're Lord Venom in our Discord, you think that they should be tarred and feathered.
Thanks to all the members that we currently have supporting the channel. And we'll see you guys at our next watch along, which is the Thursday game against the Jets. And we'll see you in the next video.